Hello, today's review will be once again dedicated to probably one of the most important accessories, probably the most important one if you listen to the universal in-ear monitors. Today we'll talk about ear tips, and in particular this time I will cover SpinFit. I think everyone knows about this company, but before that I never had a chance to review the whole lineup of these tips, and actually they are offering a lot of fun models with different usage scenarios, so today I will try to show them to you and tell about them, why do you need it. So basically, why do you need ear tips? You know, to provide the best possible fit, secure and reliable. And often it happens so that the stock tips provided with your in-ear monitors not fitting into your ear channels, especially if your channels are banded, for example, or some have some not standard shapes, let's say so. And the creators of SpinFit decided to make really, well, it's a pretty basic and idea, but they were the first one who created that, and they've spent a lot of time with experiments, and they've came out with really probably simple but really great idea. So they've made special groove on the spouts of the tips, and they became more flexible. So when you put it onto your earpiece and you insert it into the ear, the tip bends according to your channel, and because of that providing better fit and better isolation. So you know that feeling when tip is not fitting perfectly, and you don't have this sense of vacuum that should be with some tips, and SpinFit fix them. And probably let's move with these models one by one, and I will show them to you. So I got only model CP360 in the retail package, but all their packages are pretty similar. So here is my tip box. It's not big yet, but I'm working on that. So CP100, it's probably the most famous and most familiar to most familiar to everyone. If I remember right, they created for the spouts with diameter 4 mm, but I can be a bit wrong. So link to the official site is in description. They providing all the necessary details on the website, so you can easily find what tips are created for what model. For example, this CP100, they come with some campfire audio models and with many other pretty famous companies models. And basically, you know, it's one of the most commonly used in the wild nature models. Next one is CP145, and actually it's pretty simple. You know, this last number in the model name means the diameter of the spout, so it's for the 4.5 mm. Nice high quality silicone used here, different colors for different sizes, so it's all another great idea. They're using color coding for the different models. It's a model that close to this one with just a bigger spout. And another model, also main difference is even bigger spout, so 5.5 mm for the big nozzles. For example, as you can see, it's even bigger than Noble Audio Hans 1, so it's usually suiting best to that model that is made from the acrylic, and that are made with they are best fitting the universal version of custom in-ear monitors, usually because they often have pretty wide spouts. And now on to bit more unusual models. So I will put it back later. Next model is CP240. It's double flange tips for cases when you need better sound isolation. So as you can see, first flange is regular, then goes this tilting and bending part, and then second flange. So they are inserting really deep into your channel and providing additional sound isolation. And if I remember right, it's created for the 4mm spouts, but they are sold with this adapter tube, so you can use this tube and apply and use these tips with 3mm spouts. And actually you can use this adapter tube with some other models of the tips. So what is next one is CP500. Another model for the 5mm spout. Now it's black one, but what is different about it, it's made of sticky silicone. I covered such tips, for example, when I spoke about Ostrich KC09. It has a bit unusual silicone. It's made of bit unusual silicone, and it's stick to your skin, and it's providing better hold. It's holding better. Especially it's useful for some active usage. For example, when you running, when you sweating, some tips are falling out, and these tips are holding a bit better. Well, at least for me. And the last model, but not the least one, is the model for the in-ear monitors with the smallest spout. You can see how small it is. It's for 2-3mm. So yes, Etimotic, Shure, and some other very famous models with ultra narrow spouts and bores. Same idea, same build. Actually, they all are built of high quality medical silicone, so they are really skin friendly, really nice in terms of touch, in terms of durability. So zero issues there. They are tested to be hypoallergenic, and so no issues you will face with them. And model 360 and CP360 and CP350. I don't have CP350. It's two models created for the trend of this year. It's models created for the true wireless in-ear monitors. They have this part shorter than regular, so they are fitting better into charging cases in-ear monitors with these tips. So besides that, it's same tilting joint and same wearing comfort. So basically, in terms of sound, well, I can't describe sound in some universal way. It really depends on your ears, it really depends on your earphones, it really depends on your ear channels, it really depends on music. So there can be really different outcomes with these models. Usually, when I got issues with feet, I got issues with low frequencies. You are lacking bass, and in-ear monitors starting sounding thin and unnatural. And actually, fans are a great example. So they are pretty natural in the general tuning, but without proper tips, you will have even worse sound, really honky, let's say, really rich in treble. And with properly selected tips, for example, like here, so 145 is probably okay, they are fitting nicely. You will have more bass, you will have improved treble, because better isolation means less sound leakage. You will have better noise isolation. So it's not universal tips like get them and they will fix all your issues, but with many models I'm getting the best results with SpinFits. For example, with Noble, with Campfire Audio, actually with Campfire Audio Comets, for example, I'm getting a better result with SpinFit than with final ear tips that they are using in some other models. So basically you can expect improved bass response and improved soundstage and more sound isolation, but in many situations they can even more improve the sound. So probably that's all I can say about them. I will put link to the Amazon shop in the description. Currently they are running back to school promotion, so you can get them with additional 30% discount if you use a code that I will also put into the description. And to summarize everything, I think that few pair of SpinFits should be in the collection of all audiophiles, especially if you're testing a lot of different in-ear monitors. But if you don't, it's also really probable that they will fit nicely with some of your in-ear monitors. Thank you for attention.